Today's video is about countdown timers on websites make 10 to 50% more conversions or sales or profit than without using them on your e-commerce website. So a countdown timer is basically just something that you add to your website that, says there's so much time left to do something, specifically generally tied to a discount, which is what I'm talking about in this video. That's going to increase your conversions 10 to 50% right up front. I'm going to give you the turnkey way to do this on your site. Namely, put something at the very top of your site, at the very top, basically half inch of the screen for the user. That's going to indicate to the user that there is a discount that they're going to be able to get and within a 72-hour period, that if they use the discount code, they're going to be able to get a discount. And that in itself is going to increase your conversions from the traffic you have coming to the site greatly. You do not need to give your users a very big discount in order to get a large increase in your conversions. The fact of the matter is, the reason why this gets your conversions up so much is because it delays procrastination. There's many users who come to your website who have every intention of coming back to your website and buy at a later point in time, but don't, because they spend the money on something else, they forget, a competitor gets the business as they get approached by a competitor or whatnot. You want to be able to get that sale as quickly as possible. As annoying as it is from companies, from salespeople to try to be so aggressive with what they're doing, they do it for a reason, because people, of the reasons I said, and they end up with less money from the money that they spent to get people to their location, or in this case, the website in the first place. So, and with that, you can offer a 10% discount and get a 10 to 50% increase in conversions. So naturally, that 10% of what, discount, if you will, eats into your margins a little bit, right? But you're going to get an increase in sales in excess of what you're losing in terms of margin. There, which is the crux of the situation. Not only that, what I tell people all the time here at my firm is you just simply raise your price to be able to offer a discount. And that's what I would recommend you do here as well. So in other words, you will want to start out by doing this by raising your product prices enough so you can have a perpetual discount available, so you can still have your margins and get the benefit of users buying now versus later with the flash sales that you can offer in conjunction when you do this. So in other words, you just raise your prices 10%, offer a 10% discount and for the user if they use a discount code within the next 72 hours of visiting your website. And then you're going to get the same sales, you get the same margins as you had before, but now you're going to have 10 to 50% more sales. And yes, technically you're going to lose a little bit of sales conversion rate by raising your prices 10%, but it's barely going to be noticeable unless you're in a market where you have severe price sensitivity, such as you're selling a Sony XYZ model TV, where people literally will buy from one vendor over another based upon a 3% discount or change in price. If that's not you, you have a brand, you're selling a product that you have branded, that 10% increase in sales in the price of the product to offer a 10% discount is not even going to affect your conversion rates. And then you're going to get a 25% bump in sales because you have this flash sale going and you build urgency in the user's mind when they hit the website. As a final thing to mention here before I get into the actual strategy and formula here, just know, as a marketer of your website, of your e-commerce site and your brand and your products, most people, when they get to your website, are not going to be ready to buy right away. And the more expensive of what you sell is, the less people are going to be willing to buy right away. And it's going to take a follow-up, advertising, or at the very least, it's going to take the person thinking about it more before you actually get the sale. So, and in a lot of cases, only 20 to 30% of people are going to buy on that first visit. They're going to get to the site, they're going to leave, they're going to check around, and then they're going to buy. So with as low a percentage of people hitting your site buying right away, you knowing that, anything you can do to reward the user for buying now is going to naturally increase your conversions, given once they leave, now it's all up to fate whether they come back or not. Yes, you can do follow-up advertising. You can have banner ads follow them around the internet, normally known as retargeting ads. You can email them or whatnot, but now you're open to any competitor getting them. So your goal would be just to get them to buy. And yes, it's a 72-hour time frame in which we're giving people to use the discount code, but there's a lot of people who will get to the site and say, okay, naturally, I only have so much time to do this, so I can check around a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to buy right away because I know if I wait, I'm going to forget and I'm not going to get this discount. And so, long story short, they're going to be much more likely to buy either right away or within a short window of time of hitting your site, which increases the likelihood that they don't find something else or forget or spend the money on something else like I was talking about before, which is why you're going to make considerably more money after you've implemented this into your e-commerce business. I personally use it. I have a couple e-commerce businesses I also run it on in addition to our ad agency. We use it there as well. And, because with that, you want to continuously, basically any e-commerce brand you have, this is going to be useful unless you sell like high-end luxury goods. In that case, it's tacky for the brand to have that. But, naturally, unless you're selling to uber affluent people and you wouldn't want to ever be caught dead having a sale, this is going to increase your conversion. So with that said, there's a scarcity principle in marketing that says you will get higher response rates from your users that hit your website when there's a penalty in delaying or there's a penalty for actual procrastinating. So, and the best way I found personally to take care of the fact that people love to procrastinate on anything, including buying something, is with a flash sale, a perpetual flash sale that you can offer. When I say perpetual flash sale, I mean a flash sale that you can run that when it expires, you run another one and another one and another one, and you keep going with your flash sales so that perpetually there's always a flash sale going on. And it's a little bit gray area to do that, but naturally without that there, you're going to get 25 to 50% less sales from the same amount of traffic you come to your website. You can decide how sort of ethical you are and whether you want to throw those extra sales away or not, because this will almost always get you more conversions by implementing it into your business. So with that said, and just to clarify again, a flash sale is one, and this is not like you go to the dictionary and you look up flash sale, you're going to get this definition. This is just my definition of a flash sale. Flash sale being, this is going to be a sale that lasts for 72 hours or less for the user, in which the user unavoidably knows about it. So you're going to have something that lasts 72 hours. When it ends, you're going to have the next one show up. Some people that see they have up to 3 days, your conversion rates aren't going to be as high. So technically, your ideal situation would be somebody to see a flash sale was about to end in 2 hours. It gives them the least amount of time to delay and procrastinate. But if you didn't want to get super sophisticated about it, what you could do is just simply have a discount, a 10% discount that they can get if they buy within the 72-hour window that the sale has been going on. And then when that sale is over, you now start up a new flash sale, another discount for the next 72-hour window that follows it, and so on and so forth. So with that said, what do? Is there's a tool out there. I recommend you can Google this elf site countdown timer and you'll be able to find one. Why? Because it visually looks great. The look of something is very important in terms of how many users' eyes are going to be drawn and attracted to actually look at it. If it doesn't get looked at, it's not going to have the same effect. You use that tool, which is $10 a month for a plan. You can have a bar at the very top of the screen or in the lower part of the screen, the bottom inch of the screen basically, where this flash notification of a flash sale can be there to be able to get your bump in conversion rate you're going to get by having the flash sale in the first place. I like this, and this works the best because normally if there's something at the very top of the screen that's, if you have a white background website and you have a dark black, what we call hollow bar at the top of the site. But, at the very top of the site, there's a black bar with a countdown timer on it that has an animation showing that, the time's ticking basically. You're going to notice that right when you hit the page. There's no way to not notice it, and it sticks with you no matter what page you are on the website. every single person who gets to the site is going to notice that. And therefore, that's how you get your big results having the flash sale in the first place. So what you want to do, the formula that I use that I found works the best, is going to be having a bar at the top of your site. On the left-hand part of the bar, you're going to say reason for sale. That is Black Friday flash sale, Valentine's flash sale, St. Patrick's Day flash sale, whatever. Then you're going to have to the right of that your countdown timer saying how many minutes, days, minutes, days, hours, minutes left that you have. And then you're going to have on the right, just to the right of that, the discount code that you have to use in order to get the discount. Use code XYZ10, whatever, which the discount code is going to work. You're going to get more pull, more increase in conversions if the discount code is tied to the reason you're mentioning why you're having the flash sale in the first place. So if you're mentioning the reason for the sale is for Valentine's Day, you want to say the discount code should be like a VAL10 if you're offering 10% off. So people think it's a real flash sale and that there's not going to be one later on. This is legitimately just for Valentine's Day and then that's it, even though technically it's not. So right there is your formula. Have a reason for a sale for the user to justify and think that it really is only it's a rare thing. Discount timer, and then your discount code there that they have to use. I would test it at the top of your screen as well as the bottom to see what gets bigger pull, because once in a while it is going to do better at the bottom of your screen. But either way, that's the formula that we found works the best. We did this recently for an auto parts website, a performance auto parts website. Got a 45% increase in conversion rates there doing this, which shows you that the scale of how much this actually matters in terms of increasing the urgency of the buyer so that they buy now versus later. When they, a lot of people, they live paycheck to paycheck. They are going to wait to get paid before they can buy. Naturally, if you don't have money to buy unless you get paid, you can't buy regardless of what discount's being offered. But if they were thinking, I'll have more money to kind of burn or whatnot when I get paid, you can, change that behavior and get the purchase sooner. And then therefore you get it because after they got paid, they forgot about your offer already, even if you were doing retargeting along with everything else you're doing, like I mentioned before. You can only get so many people back to the site with retargeting ads, with retargeting emails. The real way to get as much sales as you can is just to give them a lesser price if they buy it now. Because that has like I showed you, a huge impact in your results if you're doing that. Your result should be about 10 to 50% increase. You should get a 10 to 50% increase in your conversions every single time by instituting this countdown timer system on your website with the discount, simply by offering a 10% discount. If you wanted to test and get a little bit more out of what you're doing, you could try to raise your price 20% and offer a 20% discount. Sometimes that's going to be the way to get you the most conversions. Not every time, necessarily. And you could try 30, 40%. You could try all of these different variations. Different products, different brands, different customer bases, different discounts are going to work better than others. So with that said, that's pretty much the formula. It's not that complicated. I gave you the how-to here on how to do this. There's no excuse not to test this out since it basically is going to work. Practically speaking, this is going to get you more conversions every time. The only question is how much more conversions is it really truly going to get you? So with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully that made a lot of sense. If you have any questions, leave me a comment or question below, or leave me a question below in the comment section. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or a comment in the comment section within 24 hours typically. You can ask me any question not only about this topic, but any other ad-related question that you'd like to ask. I'll try to answer it as best as I can using my last 15 plus years of experience running ads online for businesses that we've run and for the clients that we have at our advertising agency. If you are looking to find the best information you can find online about how to make millions of dollars a year in sales, advertising your company online, this is the channel you want to subscribe to already, as it's coming from somebody who does 40 hours a week of just ad strategy and testing to find out exactly what works and what doesn't work online to advertise your business. 99+% of the information you find online about online advertising techniques are from people who aren't actually advertising, or they manage one account. They don't have the experience of managing dozens of accounts at any given time and just doing the strategy thereof, which is the only thing I focus on is the strategy and figuring out what strategies work. Therefore, it's the best information you can find online on how to actually make money with ads. So you should subscribe, and you should subscribe right now. Furthermore, I also have a blog at guaranteedppc.com/blog where you can find information and how-tos on how to actually make money with advertising techniques that I use personally myself on my blog there. So it's guaranteedppc.com/blog where you can find my my writing and techniques that I use also to run ads to make money. And if you like the channel, you're going to love the blog even more, as it has visuals and step-by-step information on how to use techniques to actually make money with, and it's very straightforward and visual there as well. So with that said, if you are looking for somebody though just to do all the work, if you will, and just get you the results, this is exactly what we do at our ad agency at Guaranteed PPC. We do not charge our clients fees unless we can make you more money from your ads than you had before. That is, more sales on the same ad spend, get more profitability before we even are asking for a fee. The only catch is that we got to have something we know we can get great results with. If we're going to take you on as a client, we don't work with just any client. But if you want to see if we can work together, reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com, and I'd be more than happy to give you a free assessment and look at what we can do for you and how much results we actually could get you if we were to work together. So I'd be happy to hear from you about that. If you're not looking to work with an ad agency per se, we also sell ad templates that work. We worked in over 100 different niche markets in the last 10 years plus of running this agency now, of which if we worked in your niche market already, we can give you the ads, the landing pages, the campaigns, all of it that work in your space to get the results we're getting that we ultimately came to a conclusion on after running ads for years in your space already. And you can get them basically overnight given to you to copy and paste in your account and get the same results we're getting with none of the work and none of the time and money that we had to spend to figure out what works in your space. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me. I'll let you know what results we got in your market. We've got people using these templates, by the way, to start other businesses, whether they're going to start an e-commerce business in a different area that our current client is in, different country or whatnot, that, they want to start an e-commerce business. They start with our template to sell a product that, they can get access to as well off of Alibaba or whatever, or to start a lead generation business where they're selling leads to people in a certain niche area and they're using our templates to do it because we generate leads at a very cheap price, having spent years optimizing campaigns to get that lead at that cost in that space, if you will, which is a great passive income business idea, by the way. But with that said, I'll wrap it up with that. Hopefully that'll make the information I provided you on this video made a lot of sense. And I hope to see you on the next video where we'll have another great strategy for you to learn how to make more money from your ads and for your business as well there. See you later.